After nearly 5 decades, the world is again stunned by extraordinary news. The legendary king of rock and roll, Elvis Presley, whose timeless songs like Jailhouse Rock and Love Me Tender continue to touch hearts, passed away at a young age, leaving millions of fans in deep sorrow. Now, almost 50 years later, unexpected developments have surfaced that have captured everyone's attention. Recently, authorities opened Elvis's tomb for reasons that have not been fully explained, and what they discovered inside has shocked the world. Inside the tomb, investigators found strange items and evidence that challenge old stories and raise new questions. Some reports suggest unusual artifacts, cryptic messages, and signs of recent activity that no one expected. Experts and fans alike are questioning why the tomb was opened after so long, what secrets it might reveal, and how this discovery could change what we know about Elvis Presley. The revelation has sparked a wave of excitement, curiosity, and controversy across the globe as everyone waits to learn more about what lies behind these unexpected findings. Growing up in Tupelo, Mississippi, Elvis Presley was born on January 8, 1935. He was the second of twin boys, but sadly his brother Jesse was stillborn, so Elvis grew up as an only child. From a young age, Elvis's family faced financial difficulties, making life tough at times. Despite these struggles, his parents worked very hard to give him a simple but loving home. They believed in supporting him and creating a caring environment. Music was an important part of Elvis's early life, and his family often played songs at home. This early exposure to music helped shape his future as a famous singer. His upbringing was modest, filled with love and support from his family, which helped him develop his talent and his love for music. Even with limited money, Elvis' parents prioritized giving him a happy childhood and a sense of security. Growing up in this environment influenced Elvis deeply and stayed with him throughout his life. His humble beginnings and the love of his family laid the foundation for his later success as a music icon. From a young age, Elvis Presley was surrounded by music that shaped his unique style. His early exposure to vibrant gospel tunes at church played a significant role in influencing the way he sang and performed. The lively and soulful gospel music helped him develop a deep voice that would later become his signature. Even as a child, people noticed Elvis' special talent. He was recognized for his impressive voice when he was still very young. At just 10 years old, Elvis won a talent show, proving his singing ability and catching the attention of those around him. Winning the talent show was an important moment that showed his gift for music was natural and strong. The gospel songs from church and his early success in talent shows helped Elvis to grow as an artist. These experiences gave him confidence and inspired him to pursue music seriously. Over time, Elvis would combine his love for gospel, country, and rhythm, and blues to create the distinctive sound that made him famous. His early musical influences, especially gospel, stayed with him throughout his career, shaping his singing and performance style. Elvis's natural talent and early recognition set the foundation for his rise to stardom and his lasting impact on music. After moving to Memphis, Elvis Presley quickly immersed himself in the city's lively music scene, especially around Beale Street. This famous street was known for its vibrant blues clubs and talented musicians, and it played a big role in shaping Elvis's musical style. He spent many hours listening to different kinds of music and watching performers, which helped him learn and develop his own way of singing and playing. On his 11th birthday, his mother gave him his first guitar. This gift was very important because it sparked his love for music and made him want to learn to play better. Elvis practiced a lot, zealous to grow as a musician. Over time, he started performing at small events and local shows, gaining attention for his unique voice and energetic style. His passion continued to grow as he explored different genres like country, gospel, and rhythm, and blues, which all influenced his future sound. Moving to Memphis and being surrounded by such rich musical traditions gave Elvis a strong foundation. The gift of his first guitar marked a new beginning in his life, setting him on the path to eventually become one of the most famous singers in the world. His early experiences and the city's music scene helped shape his identity as an entertainer and musician. Throughout his childhood and adolescence, Elvis's dedication to music never wavered, and his journey from a young boy with a guitar to a legendary artist continued to unfold with each new experience. After starting high school at LSC Humes High School, Elvis Presley quickly became known for his special style and love of music. Despite facing some teasing and bullying from classmates, he never let it stop his passion. Instead, he used those experiences to push himself to grow as a performer. During his time in high school, Elvis took part in talent shows, which gave him a chance to practice singing and improve his stage presence. With each show, he gained more confidence and learned how to connect with his audience. These early performances helped him develop his distinctive singing style, which combined different musical genres and made him stand out. Even as a young student, Elvis's talent was clear, and his enthusiasm for music kept growing. His participation in talent shows was not only about having fun, but also about sharpening his skills and preparing for his future as a famous singer. As he continued to perform, he learned how to overcome challenges and believe in himself, laying the foundation for his later success in the music world. His high school years were an important time for him to discover his voice and passion for music, which would go on to inspire millions around the world. After graduating in 1953, Elvis Presley found himself working various jobs to support himself while still holding on to his dream of becoming a musician. During this time, he worked as a delivery driver, building washer, and even a truck driver. Despite these daily struggles, Elvis's passion for music remained strong. He spent his free time singing, practicing, and performing whenever he could. His early life started in Tupelo, Mississippi, where he was born and raised. These humble beginnings shaped his love for music and motivated him to pursue his dreams. Elvis' journey to fame began when he started recording at Sun Records, a small but important studio in Memphis. There, he made groundbreaking recordings that would change the music world. His unique combination of country, blues, gospel, and rhythm and blues created a new style called rock and roll. The recordings at Sun Records captured his talent and passion, making people take notice of this young singer. His energetic performances, deep voice, and relatable songs soon gained him a large following. As Elvis's popularity grew, he moved beyond his humble beginnings in Tupelo and started to become a national sensation. His rise to fame was rapid and exciting, turning him from a local singer into a music and culture icon. Although he encountered many challenges along the way, Elvis never let go of his love for music, and his dedication helped him become one of the most influential figures in music history. His story from working different jobs after high school to making groundbreaking recordings at Sun Records illustrates his perseverance and dedication to his dreams. Immediately, Elvis Presley's musical style stood out because he blended different kinds of music such as blues, country, and gospel. This mix created a new sound that was fresh and exciting at the time. Many people found his music interesting because it brought together these different genres into one song. His ability to combine these styles helped him reach many fans from different backgrounds. As he performed on stage, his presence was powerful and magnetic. He had a way of entertaining that made people feel drawn to him. His energy and charm made his concerts memorable and fun. Elvis had a unique voice that was unlike anyone else. It was deep, smooth, and full of emotion, which helped him connect with his audience. Because of his style and stage presence, Elvis became more than just a singer. He became a symbol and an icon of music. His performances made him a hero to millions of fans around the world. He is remembered today for changing music forever and inspiring future generations. His influence can still be seen in music and pop culture. Elvis's blending of musical styles and his stage charisma made him a truly legendary figure whose impact continues to be felt. Since the beginning of his career, Elvis Presley has been a dominant force in the music industry, especially when it comes to chart success and record sales. He achieved incredible recognition by having 149 of his songs reach the Billboard Hot 100 chart, a feat that highlights his widespread popularity and musical impact. Many of these singles spent significant time at the #1 spot, accumulating a total of 80 weeks in that top position, which shows how consistently his music resonated with audiences across different periods. Beyond his chart achievements, Elvis's record sales are truly astonishing. He sold over 1 billion records worldwide, a number that ranks him as the top-selling solo artist in history. This vast number demonstrates not only his widespread appeal, but also his influence across generations and international audiences. His ability to produce such a large volume of hit records and maintain top rankings over the years helped establish him as a legendary figure in music history. The combination of his chart dominance and record-breaking sales solidifies Elvis Presley's reputation as one of the most successful and influential artists of all time. His mastery of blending various musical styles and his charisma on stage contributed to his enduring success and popularity. Elvis's impact has lived on for decades, making his name synonymous with American music history and pop culture worldwide. Initially, Elvis Presley made a significant impact in the entertainment world through his film career, starring in 31 successful movies that captured audiences worldwide. These films ranged from musical comedies to drama, and often showcased his charismatic presence and talent for acting, which helped establish him as a true movie star. His performances drew large audiences to theaters, and many of these movies became box office hits, cementing his status as a leading figure in Hollywood during his peak years. Amid his film success, Elvis also gained recognition in television, where his specials became iconic moments in TV history. In particular, the 1968 comeback special marked a major turning point for him, revitalizing his career and reconnecting him with his fans. This special is remembered as one of the most beloved TV shows of its era because it showcased his raw talent and energy, reminding viewers why he was called the King of Rock and Roll. Elvis's TV appearances often drew huge audiences, and his specials are celebrated for their musical performances and his magnetic charisma. Throughout his career, both in film and on television, Elvis Presley left a lasting legacy, influencing not only music but also the entertainment industry as a whole. His ability to entertain across multiple platforms made him one of the most versatile and unforgettable entertainers of his time. His films continued to be loved by fans, and his TV specials remain important cultural milestones that highlight his enduring appeal and remarkable talent. Elvis won 3 Grammy Awards, and he received the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award at just 36 years old. In addition to these impressive accolades, he was honored with inductions into various music halls of fame across multiple genres. This recognition is a testament to his versatility and the lasting impact he had on music. While he rarely performed outside the United States, his influence stretched beyond borders. His records and films became immensely popular worldwide. Fans flocked to his music, which blended rock and roll, gospel, and country elements, creating a unique sound that captured the hearts of millions. His charisma on stage and in films made him an iconic figure in entertainment. As Elvis's songs reached numerous countries, he cultivated a global fan base that celebrated his work long after his passing. The lasting legacy of Elvis Presley is not only evident in the awards he won, but also in the way his music continues to resonate across generations and cultures. Through his incredible talent and charisma, Elvis became a global cultural icon, known and admired by his first name alone. His music, unique style, and charming personality captivated millions, making him a symbol of the rock and roll era. However, behind the scenes, a different story unfolded. Those close to Elvis were well aware of his long-standing dependency on prescription medication. This dependency affected his personal life and career in many ways. As the years progressed, his health deteriorated significantly, leading to noticeable weight gain and a decline in his overall well-being. Fans noticed changes in his performances as they became increasingly erratic. Despite his immense fame and success, the struggles with addiction and health issues became more apparent. These challenges painted a complex picture of a man who was not only a legend on stage, but also a person grappling with very real problems off stage. The tragic end to his life is often viewed through this lens, highlighting the contrast between his public persona and private struggles. Despite facing numerous health problems, Elvis Presley continued to perform in Las Vegas and on concert tours, and these performances became some of the most famous in music history. Many times, his shows drew huge crowds, breaking attendance records that had never been seen before. Fans loved to see him on stage, and his concerts often became legendary events. Even with his declining health, Elvis pushed himself to perform because he knew how much his fans expected and loved his shows. Meanwhile, his manager, Colonel Tom Parker, watched with concern. Parker was worried about Elvis's health because he knew the singer was not feeling well most of the time. Despite these worries, Parker felt he could not force Elvis to stop performing or get more rest. He believed that Elvis's career depended on these performances, and that his popularity would suffer if he did not continue. This created a difficult situation, as Presley's health was clearly suffering, but the pressure to perform kept him on stage. Elvis's dedication and love for his music kept him going, even as his manager grew more anxious about his well-being. As time passed, their relationship remained complex, with Parker consistently worried but unable to stop Elvis from performing on stage. These Las Vegas concerts and tours became part of Elvis' legendary story, showcasing his talent and iconic status, but also revealing the toll that his busy career and health issues took on him. After seeing Elvis Presley perform during his famous 1973 Aloha from Hawaii concert, many remember how he used lyric cards for his song Burning Love. These cards were there to help him remember the words, serving as a safety net so he wouldn't forget the lyrics while singing. Throughout his career, Elvis often had difficulty recalling lyrics. This was something his fans and viewers came to accept because he handled these moments with humor and charm. Instead of becoming upset or making mistakes look serious, Elvis used his natural personality and interaction with the audience to turn potential problems into memorable, endearing moments. Many people enjoyed how he could laugh at himself and keep the show lively, even when lyrics slipped his mind. During the Hawaii concert, this behavior was especially noticeable, with Elvis sometimes glancing at the lyric cards or improvising to keep the performance going smoothly. His ability to stay relaxed and maintain a connection with his audience made these moments charming rather than embarrassing. Over time, his lyric recall issues became a part of his legacy, showing how even the biggest stars face challenges, but can still shine by staying true to themselves and engaging their fans with honesty and humor. His performances in Hawaii remain a testament to his power as a performer who could adapt and keep the crowd entertained no matter what. During his career, Elvis Presley performed many memorable shows, but one notable event took place in 1970 when he appeared in Las Vegas. At this show, he relied on sheet music to help him stay on track with several songs, which was unusual for him at the time. Despite this, there were moments during the performance where Elvis managed to show his true talent and authenticity, reminding fans of the singer's remarkable ability and charisma. His live performances in Las Vegas were famous for their energy and showmanship, and even this small challenge could not diminish his star power. Sadly, tragedy struck a few years later when Elvis's life came to a sudden end. On August 16, 1977, Elvis Presley passed away at the age of 42. He was found in the bathroom of his Graceland mansion, a place that had become his home and sanctuary. His death shocked fans around the world and marked the end of an era in music history. Elvis' legacy as the King of Rock and Roll continues to live on through his recordings and the memories of his unforgettable performances. After his passing, the cause of death was officially recorded as a heart attack, which many fans and observers found to be a simple explanation for such a sudden loss. However, in reality, the autopsy uncovered a much more complex situation. It was revealed that Elvis Presley had an unusually enlarged heart, a condition that can increase the risk of heart failure and could have contributed significantly to his sudden death. The detailed autopsy report showed that his heart was markedly enlarged, which might have been the result of long-term health issues or even drug use. Further investigation through toxicology tests shed more light on the circumstances surrounding his death. These reports revealed the presence of various prescription drugs in his system at the time of his death. Among these, high doses of opiates were found, which are powerful pain-relieving drugs that can cause respiratory depression and other serious health problems when misused. In addition to opiates, the tests showed high levels of barbiturates, which are sedative-controlled substances used for sleep and anxiety, but which can become dangerous in high doses. The toxicology report also identified other sedatives, indicating that Presley was likely taking multiple medications simultaneously, possibly to manage chronic pain or stress. This combination of factors, an enlarged heart, and the presence of multiple central nervous system depressants, created a dangerous situation that ultimately led to his sudden passing. The findings complicated the simple narrative of a heart attack by highlighting the influence of prescription drugs and underlying health issues. Therefore, Elvis Presley's death was the result of a complex blend of health factors and substance use, illustrating how multiple elements can contribute to a tragic outcome. After the news of Elvis Presley's death spread across the world, it brought a wave of shock and disbelief to his fans. Many thought he was invincible and would always be there making music and entertaining millions. The sadness was felt deeply by people of all ages, especially those who had grown up listening to his songs or watching his performances. Fans gathered outside Graceland, his home in Memphis, to pay their respects. They lit candles and left flowers at the gates, creating a sea of remembrance that showed how much he meant to them. The media quickly got involved, and soon, headlines about his death filled newspapers, radio programs, and television broadcasts everywhere. Reporters and photographers traveled from all over to Memphis to capture the scene and report live to the world. The city buzzed with activity as the media frenzy grew, all eager to tell the story of the King of Rock and Roll's passing. Every news outlet focused on the funeral arrangements, the emotional crowds, and the legacy he left behind. His sudden death marked a turning point in music history and left a lasting impact on the world, with stories of mourning and tribute filling the air. Fans continued to remember him through memorials, songs, and stories of his life, showing how he had touched millions in such a profound way. The event became one of the most covered news stories of that time, with the media capturing every detail of the tragic loss and the enormous outpouring of love from his fans. After Elvis Presley died, many people wondered what had really happened to him. The circumstances of his death seemed strange and led to a lot of questions and rumors. Some believed there might have been more to his passing than just health problems, and this created a sense of mystery and intrigue around his life and death. Over the years, investigators looked closely at the case, and the attention eventually turned toward his doctor, who had cared for Elvis in his final days. The doctor was accused of giving Elvis too many drugs and not monitoring his health properly. This led to legal action, and in 1980, the doctor faced serious charges. He was indicted on 14 counts of overprescribing drugs, which was a big scandal at the time. People questioned whether the doctor's prescriptions contributed to Elvis's decline and death, leading to a broader debate about medical ethics and drug use. The case kept Elvis's story relevant long after his death, as discussions about whether drugs played a role in his passing continued in the public eye. The mystery surrounding Elvis's death and the legal proceedings against his doctor remain an important part of his legacy, fueling ongoing fascination and speculation. After hearing about Elvis Presley, it is important to note that his life was filled with remarkable achievements and some notable controversies. Elvis was a legendary singer and performer whose influence on music remains significant even today. His style combined country, gospel, and blues, creating a new sound known as rock and roll. His energetic performances and charismatic personality gained him a vast number of fans worldwide. Over the years, Elvis became known as the King of Rock and Roll, and his recordings and movies helped shape modern popular culture. Despite his success, his life was also marked by struggles with health and personal issues. Meanwhile, outside of music, there is a story involving a different man named Dr. Nick who faced serious challenges. His medical license was permanently revoked by the Tennessee Medical Board, who cited concerns about his judgment and ethics. These issues led to the loss of his license, ending his medical career. In 1979, Dr. Nick had a bizarre incident when he was shot in the chest while watching a football game. Fortunately, he was able to escape serious injury in that strange event. His experience was unusual and added to his troubled history. Elvis Presley's life was full of fame, music, and some personal ups and downs, while Dr. Nick's story reflected a different kind of turbulence, marked by legal troubles and a frightening encounter with violence. Both stories show that lives can contain both triumphs and difficulties, whether in entertainment or in a medical career. These events remind us of how unpredictable life's journey can be, even for those who seem to have everything going for them. After Elvis Presley passed away on August 16, 1977, a funeral service was held on August 18 at the Meditation Garden at Graceland, his famous mansion in Memphis. The funeral was a grand and emotional event, attended by family, friends, fans, and many people who admired him. The Meditation Garden was decorated with numerous beautiful floral arrangements, creating a peaceful and respectful atmosphere for the ceremony. A large, elegant fountain stood in the garden, adding to the serene setting where Elvis was laid to rest. Close family members and close friends gathered around his final resting place, paying their respects and sharing memories of his life and music. The garden's tranquility reflected Elvis's connection to this special place, which was more than just a burial site. It was a peaceful garden that honored his memory. Thousands of fans also came to Graceland to pay tribute, many bringing flowers and tokens of their admiration. The surroundings provided a quiet space for reflection and remembrance, emphasizing Elvis's impact on music and his fans. The mood was both somber and celebratory as people remembered the joy he brought through his singing and performances. Over the years, the Meditation Garden has become a place of pilgrimage for fans who continue to visit and honor his memory. It is a symbol of his lasting influence and the deep affection in which he is held by people all around the world. The peaceful setting of the garden assures that Elvis's memory remains alive, surrounded by nature, flowers, and a fountain that symbolizes renewal and serenity. After Elvis Presley passed away, his funeral was a private event, held with only family members, close friends, and a few people from the music industry present. The family wanted to keep the service small and respectful, away from the large crowds and media attention. However, outside the gates of the funeral home or burial site, thousands of devoted fans had gathered. These fans came from all over to express their love and respect for the singer who had touched their lives with his music. They stood quietly, many holding flowers or wearing black, showing their grief and admiration. Some fans left notes and small gifts at the fence, hoping their gestures would reach the person they mourned. The scene outside the funeral was emotional, with many people crying and reminiscing about Elvis's songs and performances. Even though the funeral was private, the devotion of his fans could not be contained. The large crowd reflected how deeply he had become part of their lives, and how much they cherished his legacy. His music had given hope and happiness to countless people, and even after his death, fans kept his spirit alive through tributes and memories. The scene outside the gates showed a mixture of sorrow, respect, and admiration for Elvis Presley, who had become more than just a star. He was a symbol of joy and cultural change for many. Fans continued to gather in tribute long after the funeral, proving that his influence remained strong and his memory cherished forever. Since the moment Elvis Presley passed away, fans and mourners worldwide have remembered him through many meaningful ceremonies. His casket, made from solid copper and lined with soft velvet, was placed at the center of the funeral service. The casket's shiny surface reflected the somber mood of the event, symbolizing both respect and admiration for the king of rock and roll. During the ceremony, people gathered quietly around to pay their last respects. The tribute was filled with heartfelt eulogies from family members, friends, and fellow artists who shared stories of Elvis' life and the impact he made on music and culture. Alongside these words of remembrance, musical performances took place to honor his legacy. A distinctive part of the service was the presence of gospel singers like J.D. Sumner and the Stamps Quartet. They performed some of Elvis's favorite hymns with deep emotion, filling the space with soulful voices that touched everyone present. Their singing uplifted the gathering and reminded everyone of Elvis's love for gospel music, which was an important part of his life. The melodies and lyrics expressed comfort and hope, creating a reflective atmosphere as mourners listened and remembered the man who had brought joy to millions. This ceremony, blending heartfelt speeches with uplifting gospel performances, honored Elvis Presley not only as a legendary musician, but also as a person whose faith and love for gospel music played a significant role in his life. The entire event was a touching tribute that reflected the love and admiration held for him by those who knew him, and his many fans who cherished his memory. After Elvis Presley passed away, his casket was lowered into the ground at the meditation garden within the Graceland estate, which became his final resting place. This peaceful garden is a quiet place where fans and visitors go to pay their respects and remember the legendary singer. Many people come from all over the world to see where Elvis is buried and to honor his memory. The meditation garden is special because it is where he rests alongside his parents and grandmother, making it a family cemetery as well. Visitors often leave flowers, notes, or small tokens near his grave as a sign of admiration and remembrance. The site is well kept and peaceful, reflecting the love and respect people have for Elvis Presley. Graceland itself, with its grand house and beautiful gardens, attracts thousands of fans every year. They walk through the estate, visit the museum, and stop at the meditation garden to pay their respects. Many feel a deep connection to Elvis, remembering his songs and his impact on music and culture. The garden and Graceland continue to be symbols of his life and legacy. Fans often say that visiting his final resting place is a meaningful experience, allowing them to feel closer to the king of rock and roll. The peaceful setting and the memories it holds make it a special place for all who visit. Their visits help keep Elvis Presley's memory alive, and they remind everyone of the musical legacy he left behind. The site remains a sacred spot for fans, family, and visitors who want to honor the legend. Elvis' final resting place at the meditation garden stands as a lasting tribute to his life and his influence on the world of music. Many leave flowers or take a moment of silent reflection, feeling the presence of his spirit in the tranquil surroundings. Today, the meditation garden continues to be one of the most visited and cherished parts of Graceland, as a place where Elvis resides in the hearts of fans forever. After Elvis Presley passed away, his music continued to resonate with many fans around the world. Between 1977 and 1981, several of his singles released after his death became very popular and reached the top 10 in country music charts. This showed that even after his death, Elvis remained a beloved artist whose songs still captured people's hearts. His influence did not fade away. Instead, new generations of listeners discovered his music and enjoyed his voice. Additionally, his home, Graceland, became a famous landmark when it opened to the public in 1982. Visitors from all over the world come to see Elvis's home, which is filled with his belongings, memorabilia, and rich history. Each year, more than 500,000 people visit Graceland to remember and celebrate his life and music. Recognizing its cultural significance, the United States officially designated Graceland as a National Historic Landmark in 2006. This recognition honors Elvis Presley's remarkable contribution to music and American history. Today, Graceland remains a symbol of his legacy, drawing fans and tourists who want to experience the place where Elvis lived and created his legendary music. His posthumous career and the museum ensure that Elvis Presley's influence continues to grow, keeping his memory alive for many years to come. After many years of making a lasting impact on the music world, Elvis Presley was recognized with inductions into 5 of the most respected music halls of fame. These honors celebrated his influence and the mark he left on the industry, confirming his status as a legendary artist. His contributions went beyond just singing. Elvis helped shape the future of music and inspired countless other performers. His songs continue to be listened to and loved by fans around the world. In recent times, new versions of Elvis's classic tracks were created through remixes. These remixes brought his music to a new generation and introduced his timeless sound to audiences who had not experienced it before. Remarkably, these remixed tracks achieved international success, climbing music charts in many countries. This success marked a significant moment, as it brought Elvis back to the top of the charts after nearly 30 years. This comeback through modern remixes showed how enduring his music is, and how it still resonates with people today. It also proved that Elvis's influence continues to grow even long after his lifetime. His work bridges different eras and keeps his legacy alive in the ever-changing music scene. Fans worldwide celebrate his achievements and look forward to new ways to enjoy his timeless music. Through his Hall of Fame inductions and international chart success, Elvis Presley's importance in music history remains undeniable. Since his death, Elvis Presley has remained a highly recognized figure in the entertainment world. Forbes magazine consistently ranked him as the top-earning deceased celebrity, a title he held for many years due to the ongoing sales of his music, memorabilia, and licensing deals. This recognition shows how his influence and popularity continue long after his passing. In 2018, Arcia Legacy released a new album that focused specifically on Elvis's love for gospel music. This album helped fans reconnect with his soulful side and showcased his deep appreciation for gospel songs, which had always been a vital part of his musical journey. The album received praise for its heartfelt performances and excellent production, reminding listeners of his gospel roots. Additionally, in 2022, a biographical film titled Elvis was released, directed by Baz Luhrmann. The film offered a detailed look at Elvis's life and career, capturing his rise to fame and personal struggles. It was met with critical acclaim, with many praising its storytelling, acting, and visual style. The film also did very well at the box office, proving that Elvis's story remains compelling for audiences around the world. These moments in recent years highlight how Elvis Presley's legacy continues to grow through new music releases and films that honor his life and work. Following recent events, attention has been drawn once again to Elvis Presley, the legendary rock and roll star, whose influence continues to resonate many years after his death. In January 2023, Elvis's personal jet, a symbol of his fame and success, was auctioned off and sold for a surprisingly high amount. This sale drew widespread media coverage and demonstrated the lasting fascination with Elvis as both an iconic performer and a cultural phenomenon. The jet, often called the Lisa Marie, was a private aircraft that Elvis used for travel during his career, and it holds a special place in the hearts of many fans who see it as a symbol of his larger-than-life persona. The high price at auction reflects how much people still admire and respect his legacy. Alongside this auction, rumors have started circulating about the possible opening of Elvis's tomb, which is located at Graceland in Memphis. Speculation about opening his tomb has ignited excitement among fans and enthusiasts who wonder if there might be hidden artifacts or secrets about his life. Some believe that opening the tomb could provide new insights or confirm long-held rumors, while others see it as a breach of respect for his memory. Regardless of the controversy, these rumors increase curiosity and keep Elvis's story alive in the minds of many. Fans continue to celebrate his music and mystique, eager to learn more about his life and death, and whether these latest developments are part of new efforts to preserve or uncover more about his enduring legacy. The fascination with Elvis's personal belongings and the mystery surrounding his final resting place remains strong, showing how deeply he has become a permanent part of popular culture. Many people have discussed the idea that Elvis Presley did not actually die, and this has become a popular topic in online forums and communities dedicated to Elvis. The origins of this rumor are unclear and remain a mystery. Some supporters believe that Elvis faked his death to escape the pressures of fame and the media, and they look for clues to support their theory. They point to strange details surrounding his tombstone, which they think are suspicious or suggest that Elvis is still alive. These supporters often cite unusual markings or inscriptions, or they interpret certain symbols as signs that Elvis may have staged his own disappearance. Online discussions about these theories spread quickly, fueled by eyewitness stories, alleged sightings, and differences in official records. Some claim that Elvis was seen in different places after his supposed death, fueling the idea that he chose to live secretly. Despite a lack of concrete evidence, the rumors continue to circulate widely, keeping the mystery of Elvis's death alive in many people's minds. These theories persist partly because Elvis remains a hugely influential figure in music and culture, and stories about his death and possible survival become part of the myth that surrounds him. Fans and skeptics alike keep debating, with some accepting these stories as possible truth, and others dismissing them as mere speculation. Regardless of the arguments, the enigmatic origins and the ongoing online discussions make this topic a fascinating part of Elvis's legacy, ensuring the legend endures far beyond his actual life. Many people believe that Elvis Presley was seen in a surprising place when a photograph from the 1990 film Home Alone was examined closely. In a scene showing an airport, some viewers claimed to spot Elvis in the background, sparking serious speculation that the King of Rock and Roll might still have been alive at that time. This sighting became a popular topic among fans and critics alike, fueling ongoing questions about his life and whether he faked his death to escape the public eye. Alongside these sightings, some experts looked closely at signatures that appeared after Elvis's death. They found differences in handwriting that suggested the signatures on posthumous items might not have been written by Elvis himself. These discrepancies led to the idea that someone else could have signed his name, possibly to cash in on his fame, or to keep his legend alive in an unofficial way. The combination of these sightings and handwriting analysis has kept many interested in exploring the truth behind Elvis Presley's final days. Some believe these clues hint at a secret life or a hidden presence, while others see them as simple coincidences or forgeries. Despite the debates, Elvis remains a powerful cultural icon, and his legend continues to grow through stories like sightings and handwriting doubts. Fans and skeptics alike keep searching for answers, wondering if the King of Rock and Roll might still be out there somewhere, or if his legend will remain forever a mystery. After Elvis Presley passed away, his funeral was kept very small and private, which made many people curious and raised questions among his fans and followers. Only close family and friends were present, and the ceremony was simple, without widespread media coverage. Because of the quiet and secretive nature of the funeral, some believe that Elvis's death might not have been what it seemed, and that there could be more to the story. Just one day after his death, reports emerged of someone who looked remarkably like Elvis being seen in public. Witnesses claimed to have spotted a man with similar features, and even more surprising was that this man was buying a one-way ticket to Buenos Aires. This sighting sparked the imagination of many fans, who wondered if Elvis had somehow faked his death and was still alive, traveling secretly in South America. The combination of the small funeral and this initial sighting contributed to ongoing rumors and conspiracy theories about his true fate. Despite these stories, official reports confirmed Elvis's death, but the mystery continues to intrigue those who believe he might still be alive somewhere. The way his funeral was handled, and the quick sighting afterward have made Elvis Presley a lasting figure of fascination, with many searching for answers long after his passing. After the photo surfaced in late 1977, showing Elvis Presley relaxing in his pool house at Graceland, it sparked a lot of interest among fans and the media. The image, which appeared to capture a rare, candid moment of the King of Rock and Roll, fueled many stories and rumors about his life behind the scenes at his famous mansion. This photograph became a topic of fascination, as it seemed to give fans a closer look at Elvis in a private and relaxed setting, away from the stage and public eye. As years went by, the image continued to be shared and discussed, helping to maintain Elvis's legend long after his passing. Meanwhile, in the 1980s, a different place became famous for its Elvis sightings: Kalamazoo, Michigan. Here, many people claim to have seen Elvis or believe they saw him in various locations around the city. These reports range from casual sightings to more detailed encounters, which kept the excitement alive among fans in the area. Some believe that Elvis might have visited Kalamazoo during his lifetime or after his death, contributing to the local lore and making the city a notable spot for Elvis enthusiasts. People in Kalamazoo would often gather, sharing stories and discussing the sightings, which helped foster a strong community of Elvis fans. Over time, these stories and sightings added to the mystery and fascination surrounding Elvis Presley, blending reality and legend. The photograph from Graceland and the sightings in Kalamazoo remain some of the enduring parts of Elvis's cultural influence, showing how his presence continues to be felt in different ways long after he left the public eye. Fans continue to look for clues and recall these stories, which keep the spirit of Elvis alive in various forms. After years of being remembered as the King of Rock and Roll, Elvis Presley continued to be a subject of fascination even after his death. In 1988, a mysterious phone call added an intriguing layer to his legendary story. During this call, a voice that many believed resembled Elvis's own expressed his readiness to return to the music scene. This unexpected message sparked a lot of discussion among fans and skeptics, fueling rumors that Elvis was not truly gone and might still be alive, planning a comeback. The same year, another event deepened this mystery when an anonymous artist released a song titled "Spelling on the Stone." Many listeners felt that the song contained the voice or style of Elvis singing from beyond the grave, creating a powerful illusion that Elvis' spirit was still present through his music. Both the phone call and the song fueled ongoing speculation about whether Elvis Presley had decided to make a hidden return, or if it was just clever impersonation or elaborate hoaxes. Over the years, stories like these have kept Elvis's legend alive, leading many to wonder if he was still with us in some way through music and mysterious messages. Fans continue to debate the authenticity of these events, but they undeniably contribute to the enduring mystery surrounding Elvis Presley and his legacy. These stories remind us of just how much Elvis means to so many, and how his memory continues to inspire and fascinate a wide audience. The idea that his voice might still be heard, or that he might have planned a secret comeback, keeps his fans hopeful and eager for new discoveries about his life and music. The 1988 events remain a significant part of Elvis Presley's myth, illustrating how his influence extends beyond his time and even beyond the grave. Whether true or not, these stories help explain why Elvis Presley remains an iconic figure in music history, symbolizing talent, mystery, and the enduring power of his artistry. Many people remember Elvis Presley as the King of Rock and Roll, a legendary singer and performer whose influence changed the music world forever. Recently, there has been some interesting news circulating about Elvis that caught the attention of fans and media alike. It was reported that Elvis was seen at the grand opening of Legoland in California, sparking excitement among fans who wondered if he had somehow returned. However, it was soon clarified that the Elvis sighting was not genuine. Instead, impersonators who look and act like Elvis were present at the event, leading to some confusion. These impersonators are skilled performers who dress in Elvis' signature style, sing his songs, and mimic his mannerisms to entertain crowds. The sighting became a popular story because Elvis's presence at such events always draws a lot of attention. In addition to this, many articles in the weekly tabloid called Weekly World News have discussed supposed adventures of Elvis after 1977. These stories portray Elvis as a globetrotter, traveling around the world and having numerous adventures. According to these articles, Elvis kept living an exciting life well after his passing, exploring different countries and experiencing new things. The stories paint a picture of Elvis as a restless traveler who continued to perform and enjoy new places beyond his music career. These tales are part of the tabloid's reputation for creating sensational stories that often blur the line between fact and fiction, making readers wonder what is true and what is just storytelling. Despite the stories, many fans continue to celebrate Elvis's legacy through his music and recordings, remembering him as the iconic artist who changed the face of popular music forever. His impact has remained strong over the years, inspiring new generations of musicians and fans alike. Many fans and music experts believe that Elvis Presley secretly included hidden messages within his songs, adding a layer of mystery and depth to his already legendary recordings. Some points to the songs I'll Never Know and Way Down as possible examples of these cryptic messages, suggesting that Elvis may have embedded symbols or clues meant for those who listen closely. These songs are viewed by some as more than just simple melodies, with listeners speculating that they could contain hints about Elvis's thoughts, feelings, or even his personal beliefs. Additionally, the cover of his album Promised Land is often discussed for its symbolic meaning. On the album cover, Elvis is shown dressed in a white suit, which many interpret as a visual representation of his spiritual journey, symbolizing purity, enlightenment, or a search for peace. The choice of a white suit might reflect a desire for spiritual clarity or a spiritual awakening that Elvis was going through at the time. Over the years, fans have analyzed his music and album artwork, searching for clues about his internal world, his beliefs, or his hopes for the future. Some see the cryptic messages as a way Elvis communicated directly with those who understood the deeper meanings, creating a secret language shared only with attentive listeners. Others suggest that his album cover symbolism was a reflection of his evolving spirituality or personal transformation, using visual cues to express what words might not fully capture. All these interpretations add to the mystery surrounding Elvis Presley, making his music and imagery a fascinating topic that continues to intrigue fans and scholars alike. The idea that Elvis intentionally hidden messages in his work provides a new perspective on his artistry, suggesting that he was not only a great singer, but also a spiritual thinker, or a man seeking deeper truths about himself and the world around him. As people continue to study his songs and album covers, they often find new meanings and interpretations, keeping his legacy alive through these secrets of cryptic messages and symbolic imagery. Immediately after Elvis Presley was found unresponsive in his home, reports indicated that his body was in an unusual position, with his pajama bottoms around his ankles. This detail sparked curiosity and concern among fans and the media alike, as many wondered whether this strange positioning pointed to something more than just a natural death. The autopsy report, which could have provided answers, was kept secret by his family, fueling numerous rumors and theories about the true circumstances of his passing. Without official information, outsiders speculated endlessly, suggesting possibilities ranging from foul play to health-related issues or accidental causes. Some believed that the secretive nature of the autopsy results was linked to a cover-up or undisclosed factors surrounding his death, while others thought it was simply a privacy choice by his family to protect their loved one's memory. The lack of transparency only added to the mystique that surrounded Elvis Presley, who had become a legendary figure in music and popular culture. Over time, the questions about his death persisted, with fans and new investigators often revisiting the mystery. Despite numerous investigations, the details of what truly caused Elvis's death remain uncertain, and the secrecy surrounding the autopsy report continues to be a point of speculation and curiosity for many. Firstly, it is important to understand that Elvis Presley, one of the most famous musicians in history, faced a tragic death that has been the subject of many discussions and debates. Some experts believe that during his final moments, Elvis was attempting to have a bowel movement when he inadvertently performed a Valsalva's maneuver. This maneuver occurs when a person tries to push hard while holding their breath, which increases pressure in the chest and abdomen. According to these experts, this increased pressure was powerful enough to squeeze Elvis's abdominal aorta, the main blood vessel that carries blood from the heart to the rest of the body. As a result, this compression could have suddenly cut off blood flow, causing Elvis's heart to stop. This explanation highlights a physiological cause linked to a common act that can sometimes lead to sudden heart failure if the pressure becomes intense enough. However, there are other opinions, especially from coroner Joseph Davis, who disagreed with theories that suggest substance overdose as the cause of Elvis's death. Davis believed that if Elvis had overdosed on drugs, he would likely have lapsed into a very deep sleep or suffered from other profound symptoms before dying. Instead, Davis argued that the evidence pointed more toward a natural or physical cause like the Valsalva maneuver, rather than an overdose. This disagreement touches on the debates surrounding the circumstances of Elvis's death, and whether it was caused by health issues or drug-related problems. The discussion about Elvis's death remains complex, with some experts pointing to the physical strain during the moments before his death, and others emphasizing the role of substance use. Despite the various theories, Elvis's death was officially ruled a heart attack, and the debate continues among fans, medical professionals, and historians alike. They analyze the circumstances, the medical findings, and expert opinions to better understand what might have caused this sudden tragedy. The debate about the pressure of trying to defecate and its role in Elvis's death underscores how sudden physical actions can have serious consequences for health, especially with underlying heart conditions or other vulnerabilities. The discussions highlight that sometimes, even routine actions can turn into life-threatening situations if the body responds unexpectedly. As the story of Elvis's death continues to fascinate and mystify fans and experts, many focus on the importance of understanding how physical and chemical factors can combine to influence health outcomes in unexpected ways. When the autopsy of Elvis Presley was reopened in 1994, new details about his death came to light that intrigued many fans and experts alike. During this examination, investigators observed the position of Elvis's body at the time of his death. It appeared that he was about to sit down on the toilet when the seizure took place. This discovery led to a surge of speculation among fans and analysts who had long been fascinated by the king of rock and roll. Some believed that the position of the body indicated he was in a relaxed, natural state before the seizure, while others thought it suggested he was caught unprepared or in a moment of vulnerability. Theories about his death emerged and circulated widely, fueled by this new understanding. Many fans expressed shock and sadness, but also curiosity, questioning how such details could be overlooked or misunderstood in earlier investigations. The incident also reignited debates over the causes of Elvis's sudden death, with some suggesting medical issues or drug complications, while others focused on the circumstances around his final moments. The reopened autopsy and the discovery of his body's position added a new chapter to the ongoing story of his life and death, strengthening the emotional connection fans felt and sparking new discussions about the mysterious aspects of his passing. All these reactions showed how much Elvis's death remained a deeply personal and public event, shaping the way fans remembered him and continued to honor his legacy. In 2020, Sally A. Hodel published a memoir titled Elvis: Destined to Die Young, which provides an in-depth look into the health history of Elvis Presley, the legendary music artist. The book explores various factors that contributed to his early death, shedding light on his physical condition and the challenges he faced. In her research, Hodel reveals that Elvis often confided in his close friends and backup singers about his health issues. Specifically, he spoke to Kathy Westmoreland, his backing vocalist, about suffering from persistent eye pain. This chronic discomfort was just one aspect of a broader range of ailments that troubled him. Throughout his life, Elvis faced numerous health problems, many of which he kept private or did not fully understand. Hodel's work digs into these health concerns, including possible effects of medication, stress, and lifestyle choices, which may have accelerated his decline. The memoir aims to provide a clearer picture of the man behind the music, emphasizing how his physical well-being was closely linked to his struggles and his premature death. By examining Elvis's medical history and the private conversations he shared with trusted friends like Kathy Westmoreland, Hodel attempts to piece together the complex story of his life and health. The book ultimately offers insight into the pressures of fame and health issues that contributed to the tragic early loss of one of the most beloved figures in music history. Since then, it is known that Elvis Presley, the legendary singer and performer, faced ongoing health challenges that affected his life and career. Doctors and close friends have shared that Elvis struggled with chronic pain stemming from degenerative problems in his back and neck. These issues were caused by severe arthritis, which is a condition that causes the joints to become inflamed and stiff, leading to constant discomfort and mobility problems. This pain was a persistent part of his life and sometimes made it difficult for him to perform or even rest comfortably. Dr. Nick, who was Elvis's doctor, disclosed that the singer was aware of his health problems and that they contributed significantly to his overall well-being. Elvis's health wasn't only affected by arthritis. He also had issues related to his colon and liver, which were serious concerns that he was aware of. His hairstylist, Larry Geller, revealed that Elvis knew he had these health issues beyond those affecting his digestive system. This shows that Elvis was not only conscious of his physical pain, but also aware of the severity of his overall health. Despite his fame and busy schedule, he was informed about the importance of health awareness and managing pain, but his challenges with his health issues remained a steady part of his life. These health problems were a silent struggle that often went unseen by his fans, but played a significant role in his personal life. As time went on, managing pain and health became more challenging for Elvis, affecting his daily activities and contributing to his physical decline. Nevertheless, he continued to sing and perform, showing his determination despite the pain and health concerns that lingered. His awareness of these issues also highlights the importance of pain management and health awareness, especially for those who face chronic health problems. By understanding his struggles, fans and the public gained a deeper appreciation for his resilience and the hidden battles he faced behind his iconic performances. While facing the demands of his career, Elvis Presley relied heavily on medication, not only to ease physical pain but also to help him perform and function, especially during difficult tours that pushed him to his limits. During the early years of his fame in the 1950s, the addictive potential of these medications was not well understood or recognized, which meant Elvis and others in the industry often used them without awareness of the risks. As time went on, especially into the 1970s, Elvis' dependence on medication grew more serious. He struggled with insomnia, the inability to fall asleep or stay asleep for a full night, which forced him to take large amounts of medication to achieve rest. This heavy reliance created a cycle, making it increasingly difficult for him to manage his health and maintain his career at the same time. The combination of pain, exhaustion, and sleep problems contributed to the worsening of his health, leading him into a dependency that was harder to break as years passed. Despite the initial medical intentions, the overuse of these substances ultimately affected Elvis' well-being, contributing to the ongoing health issues that marked his later years. This pattern of medication dependence highlights how the medical knowledge of the time did not fully appreciate the dangers, and how it played a role in the life and struggles of one of the most iconic musicians of all time. Despite his declining health, Elvis Presley showed an unyielding work ethic that kept him going even when his body was struggling. He was determined to continue performing as he had for many years, often pushing himself to the limit. For example, Elvis once performed 2 acts every day for an entire month in Las Vegas without missing a single show. This dedication demonstrated how much he wanted to entertain his fans and maintain his status as a top performer. However, behind the scenes, his immune system was not in good shape. He frequently suffered from fevers and flu-like symptoms, which made it hard for him to stay healthy. These ongoing health problems caused concern among those around him, and some people began to question his reasons for seeking medication. They wondered if he was trying to mask his pain or simply keep working despite his body's warnings. As his health worsened, it became clear that Elvis was battling more than just exhaustion. His immune system was weakened, making him vulnerable to illness. His intense work schedule and health issues created a complex situation where his love for performing clashed with the toll it was taking on his body. Still, Elvis's commitment to his music and his fans remained strong, even as his physical health continued to decline. Because of his popularity and busy schedule, Elvis Presley faced many touring challenges that put a lot of strain on his body and mind. He had planned to go on a 4th tour in 1977, but those close to him were worried about his health. They knew he was suffering physically and that the stress of constant performances affected him deeply. Despite his desire to continue performing, his physical condition was a concern for everyone around him. During the second concert of what would have been this new tour, Elvis was not feeling well. He was only partly aware of what was happening on stage, showing how much his health had declined. At one point during the concert, he was dunked into a basin of cold water, which some thought was done to try and wake him up or help him feel better. This incident reflected just how tough things had become for him, as he was often under a lot of pressure to perform despite feeling unwell. The rigorous schedule of constant travel, performances, and long nights took a heavy toll on Elvis. Many wondered whether he could keep up this pace, and whether his health would allow him to continue performing for much longer. Still, Elvis' love of music and performing pushed him forward, even as he faced these serious challenges. His health and stamina were always a concern, and those around him knew that maintaining this demanding schedule was very difficult. The combination of physical suffering and mental stress made his touring experience hard and often painful, especially during those final years when his health was declining rapidly. Despite everything, Elvis remained a legendary figure, but his rigorous schedule and touring challenges showed how much he was struggling behind the scenes. While managing Elvis Presley, Colonel Tom Parker consistently emphasized that the most important aspect of Elvis's career was his presence on stage every night. Parker believed that the audience expected to see Elvis perform, and that his energy and charisma were vital to his success. Because of this focus, Elvis often pushed himself to perform despite feeling unwell, prioritizing his commitment to his fans and the show over his own health. In his later years, Elvis became increasingly aware of his declining health and the toll it was taking on him physically. Despite this awareness, he was not fully open with everyone about the severity of his health problems. Elvis kept his struggles mostly private, possibly out of concern for his career or to maintain his image as the energetic performer everyone loved. His health issues, which might have included fatigue, pain, or other ailments, did not always become visible during his performances. Instead, he continued to give his all on stage, driven by his desire to entertain and satisfy his audience. This combination of dedication to his craft and personal health concerns created a complex situation where Elvis was often fighting through illness without fully revealing his condition to those around him. His manager's emphasis on his stage presence and Elvis's own reluctance to share his health worries played a significant role in how he managed his career during his final years. Overall, Elvis' story reflects a man deeply committed to his music and fans, even as he faced increasing health challenges that remained largely hidden from the public eye. Certainly, Elvis Presley, the famous singer and performer, was often surrounded by a circle of yes people who supported him and protected him from outside opinions. These individuals often agreed with everything he said and rarely questioned his choices. This made Elvis feel comfortable and supported, but it also meant that he didn't always get honest feedback about his health or well-being. Because of this, Elvis's health issues were kept hidden from most of the people around him. Only a few close friends or family members knew how serious his condition had become. Over time, Elvis's health worsened dramatically. He spent a lot of time confined to his bedroom, avoiding the outside world and his usual routines. As a result of this prolonged confinement and possible underlying health problems, his weight increased to around 25 stone. This heavy weight was a clear sign of how much his health had declined, and it showed how difficult it was for him to take care of himself properly. The circle of yes people had done little to intervene or suggest changes, which might have helped Elvis, but instead, they often overlooked the severity of his health issues. His increasing weight and declining health became a silent but powerful testament to the toll that loneliness, poor health, and the lack of honest support can take on a person. Despite his fame and success, Elvis was deeply affected by these personal struggles, which remained largely hidden until much later. The truth about his health and the people around him's role in it highlights the importance of genuine concern and honest communication, especially for those facing personal battles. While examining Elvis Presley's health after his death, doctors found that he suffered from chronic constipation, which was mainly caused by an unhealthy diet. A postmortem revealed a large, compacted stool that had been building up in his gut for a long time, indicating ongoing digestive problems. This condition is often linked to poor eating habits that lack enough fiber and nutrients, and it can make a person feel uncomfortable and sluggish. Additionally, Elvis's reliance on medications played a significant role in his health issues. Over the 7 months before his death, he was prescribed nearly 9,000 pills, vials, and injections. This heavy use of medication suggests he depended on various drugs to manage pain, stress, or other health conditions. Such reliance on numerous medications can sometimes lead to side effects, including digestive problems like constipation. Over time, these combined issues can weaken the body and contribute to serious health concerns that might affect a person's overall well-being. Elvis's case highlights the importance of proper diet and cautious use of medications to maintain good health, especially for someone with a demanding lifestyle and health challenges. After Elvis Presley passed away, there was a lot of discussion about the circumstances of his death. According to Ginger, who wrote about this in her biography, she described finding Elvis in a particular position when she saw him after he died. She said his arms were stretched out on the ground close to his sides, with his palms facing upward, which is unusual for someone who has just died. She also mentioned that his tongue was squeezed between his teeth, and that his face appeared blotchy, indicating the severity of the situation. An autopsy was quickly carried out after his death to determine the cause. However, the family decided not to release the results to the public, which has led to many rumors and speculation about what really caused his death. Some believe it was natural causes or health issues related to his age and lifestyle, while others think there might have been more to the story, given how the autopsy results were kept secret. Over the years, this secrecy has fueled many theories and debates among fans and experts. Despite the autopsy being performed, the lack of official information leaves room for continuing speculation about whether Elvis's death was due to health problems, medication, or other factors. The mystery surrounding the autopsy results keeps Elvis's passing something of an open question, adding to the legendary aura that surrounds his life and death. People continue to wonder and discuss what really happened, but no definitive answer has ever been officially provided. Later, it was believed that Elvis Presley, the famous singer, may have died because of struggles related to using the restroom. Dan Warlick, who led the investigation, suggested that Elvis was likely trying to relieve himself when he experienced a fatal event. For many years, Elvis had suffered from chronic constipation, which was mainly caused by his long-term use of prescription medicines. These medications often included substances to help manage pain and other health issues, but they also led to constipation as a side effect. At the same time, Elvis's diet was rich in high-fat and high-cholesterol foods, which added to his health problems. This combination of medication and diet made his constipation worse over time. When Elvis finally attempted to use the restroom, his body experienced what is called Valsalva's maneuver, a process that happens when someone strains very hard, especially during bowel movements. During Valsalva's maneuver, there is a lot of pressure on the heart because of the strain, which can stop the heart from beating properly. In Elvis's case, this strain likely caused his heart to stop suddenly. This explanation fits with reports that Elvis was found unresponsive after trying to use the bathroom. While other theories about his death exist, Warlick's belief ties together his health history, medication use, diet, and the circumstances of his final moments. The idea that his death was linked to a complication from straining during a bowel movement has gained some support among investigators. By understanding these factors, it becomes clearer how his health issues may have led to his unexpected passing. Elvis's death remains a topic of interest because it highlights how complex health problems, especially those involving medication and diet, can sometimes lead to unforeseen consequences. This act of straining, combined with his existing health conditions, might have been the final event that led to his untimely end. His story continues to remind many of the importance of managing health carefully, especially when using medications long-term or dealing with chronic health problems. While the exact cause of death may never be fully confirmed, the belief rooted in this investigation offers a compelling explanation based on medical and situational factors involved. Due to the controversy surrounding Elvis Presley's death, many theories have been proposed, especially regarding the cause of his passing. Some believe that a substance overdose was responsible, but coroner Joseph Davis disagreed with this idea. He explained that if Elvis had overdosed on drugs or other substances, he would likely have fallen into a deep sleep or coma rather than dying suddenly. Davis pointed out that in cases of overdose, the symptoms usually include unconsciousness or respiratory failure, but Presley's death appeared different. The coroner's opinion suggests that Elvis might have died from natural causes or other health issues instead of an overdose. This disagreement has fueled rumors and discussions among fans and investigators about what really happened to the famous singer. Many people remember Elvis as a vibrant performer, but his sudden death left many questions unanswered. Although toxicology reports were conducted, Davis' observations highlight that the official cause of death might not be linked solely to substances. Instead, other medical conditions could have played a role. The debate remains open, with some trusting the coroner's assessment, and others still speculating about substances or drugs being involved. As a legendary figure in music history, Elvis Presley's death continues to be analyzed, and differing opinions keep the mystery alive. Understanding Davis's disagreement emphasizes that not everyone agrees on what caused Elvis Presley's final moments, leaving the topic open for ongoing reflection and discussion.